Could you imagine living in a world where reviews, opinions, and any sort of feedback did not exist? It would defeat the whole purpose of free speech, wouldn't it? Now, let me ask you this. Do you think we actually need book reviews? And are they important? Now, to answer my own question, no, yes, and definitely yes. Now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Hi, welcome back. My name is Anna, and if you like reading vlogs, book reviews, the occasional controversial bookish hot take, don't forget to subscribe, especially since it is free 99. Now, as always, I do like to start off these videos with a little bit of disclaimer, set the tone. Now, in case you've never met me and you never seen my face, and I'm probably new to you, I think that with everything going on, I have to keep saying I'm a firm believer in free speech. This channel, while the entire world might be a dictatorship, this is the one place where I will never try to tell you what to do or think. After all, I'm just a goofy bookworm on the internet. This is completely my opinion, my thoughts, and you're free to leave your opinion and your thoughts down in the comment section. That's your territory. This video is mine. And so I don't believe in censorship. People should be able to say whatever they want as long as they're not harming anybody. And so I don't think that my opinion on the importance of book reviews is harming anyone. And so for as many people that want to hear, I'll let my voice be heard. So if for the last century or for your entire life, you've been living under some rock, behind some church or behind some temple, behind something or under something or over something, or if you're an alien visiting from Mars, welcome. When I say book reviews, I'm talking about Goodreads, Fable, Storygraph, Amazon, YouTube, and of course, everyone's favorite, TikTok. And if I forgot Instagram, I keep always forgetting Instagram. Those are the places, and if you're old timey like me, you'll still go on websites like Quora, or some people like to get their book reviews from Reddit in one of those subreddit. Never really got the hang of Reddit, so I tend not to really go on Reddit unless I have a really important question that I want to get answered from an actual person. So, as this is a judgment free zone, I'm not judging you for not having any idea what book reviews are. I'm sure at some point we were all young and naive and old and still naive. It's fine to be naive and old. I'm 28 and I'm still a little naive, so no shade to anyone. But in case you still have no idea what book reviews are, book reviews have been reduced down to something as simple as a yes, no, or maybe. And in case you haven't seen that video, I did make a video about book reviews being performative, and I'll leave a link to that somewhere right here below. If you stay here long enough, you'll definitely see that video. Subscribe if you definitely want it to pop up on your feed, you know. But book reviews have been existing for as long as I guess we have. And these days, it's hard to go anywhere without seeing a star rating. Sometimes reviews are just stars. Like you'll see a 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and something as simple as I loved it or I hate it. And that's what reviews are. Reviews are just people's opinion and feedbacks. And probably a little bit of fact on a book or a piece of literature they have consumed, devour, you know, ate. All those lovely ways we like to describe our consumption of books these days. So, why are book reviews necessary? Now, I have because I don't want this video to be longer than it needs to be. And I am currently still recovering from my concussion because I was recently in a car crash. I have three reasons that I would like to share with you if you care to hear. Number one is it's plain and simple. It saves us time and it saves us money. Like I personally I'll want to buy a book and sometimes I'll be, do I really need this book? And so I'll go on Goodreads or Amazon or I'll search it on TikTok or some other search engine just to get an idea and a feedback of, what the book is about and whether I decide that I want to spend $30 on a book because books are expensive. Like if you've been buying books in this economy, books are like so overpriced. And if time is money, I want my money well spent or my time well spent. Whatever the saying goes, I've been mixing up those a lot recently. So, yeah, plain and simple. We like to check reviews to save ourselves time and money. And in a way, reviews are like consumer protection, They're like warning labels. Reviews are like the stoplights for car. They basically sometimes, not sometimes, for me, they're like the go. The green light means go, the red light means stop. The amber mean, probably might want to wait a little bit to read this book. While you always have to adhere to the stoplight and you should adhere to the stoplight, y- reviews are like that caution, beware that there's a dog here, beware, just a little warning. So I don't think that stoplight is the best. Now that my brain chipped in, I don't think stoplight is the best way. But if you got what I was saying, then you got what I was saying. Two, they support authors and the industry. Now, reviews, basically they increase visibility. You know, especially where the TikTok gods and goddesses are concerned. They love pushing engage books that have engagement. And basically like the more reviews a book gets, the more people that reads the books, the more sale, the more known a certain author is, the more readers know about the author, the more readers spread the book, the more books the author sells. And everyone's kind of happy, Readers reviews books, the industry makes money, author publish more books, then it's just a constant cycle. And I love that. You know, as a potential indie author, in a lot of indie books get pushed through reviews because marketing is a lot different. With indie authors, most of them they don't have like a big budget to do marketing. And so by us readers reading their books and leaving reviews, more people discover the books and then they're they sell more books. And then the more books that are sold, basically the more virality said book gets. Then there's feedback, especially constructive criticism, where as a writer, through your reviews, we can know what we didn't do well and what we can improve on. Especially one of the biggest problems I have is the miscommunication trope. Some people are able to write a book and the miscommunication trope is done well, but other persons or other writers or authors, not so well. Like I recently read The Giver. It was a two-star book, and one of the things I did not like about it is how rushed the story felt. There's only so much you can get out of a 179-page book. While I love the concept and I learned a little bit about the world, I would have wished that I got more time to spend more time with per se the character. The book felt rushed, and at this point, there's nothing I think his name is Louis Laurie can do because the book has been published so long. I don't even know if the author is still alive and still writing books. But as a potential author myself, these are some of the feedbacks that I would like to learn about my book so I can become a better writer because it's a people please market. I write books to please you, you read books, and it pleases me. So you can write the best book, I can write the best book, but without feedback and virality and reviews and people leaving their opinions, said book can into existence, or is that obscure, fade into obscurity. Obscurity. That's I get my words mixed up these days. Anyways, basically, all I'm saying is if we don't leave reviews, books that could, potentially become the next bestseller will basically cease to exist. It will get tucked away on the back of someone's bookshelf, gathering dust and a few potential bookworms like myself, hypothetically speaking. So while you and I as readers sometimes we read a book and we're like, we don't want well, if the book was good, I could leave the review tomorrow or another, and tomorrow becomes another tomorrow. Basically, you read a book, something as simple as giving it a 5 star, even though I'm not for people just giving books 5 stars. Like contribute. Like it's a community which I'm gonna touch on soon. We all have to do our part. Lastly, similar to Book Talk, Bookstagram, BookTube, through rev- through reviews, we can, build communities. Now, some of the communities a little bit toxic, but it's we the people. You know, the books did not write themselves, and they surely cannot read themselves. And we're all gonna have to, play our part. And reading can be lonely, especially when you've read this wonderful book and you have no one to talk to it about. Like when I'm writing my book and I just need to throw ideas around, my kid is 8. I'll talk to her. She gives me really good ideas. Sometimes I'll talk to my mom or I'll talk to other people in my life who, random strangers who I meet in the library or I meet at Walmart. I'll say, hey, I'm writing a book, and they'll say, what is it about? And I'll tell them. And, you know, like I said, reading can be lonely. And it's through these reviews that we can then create discussion. You can tell me what you didn't like, I could tell you what I didn't like, and then we can talk about what we like. And before you know it, we could become long life friends. I read fantasy, by the way. So if any of you read fantasy, I'm looking new fantasy recommendation, just let me know down below. And we can start our own little community and our own discussion of our own. And before you know it, we're following each other on Goodreads and anywhere else where you leave book reviews. We could become Instagram friends, And before you know it, 50 years from now, we'll look back at this video and say, this was the moment we both knew. Or not, I don't, I think it's best we don't do that because I don't do parasocial relationships and I have social anxiety and I'm gonna get back on track because I get sidetracked a lot. So it's through reviews that fan bases are built and people find their people. Like I have a friend, I've never met her in person, and we buddy read the Song of Achilles, really love that. Some of my really funnest moment. I'm gonna have to I keep saying I'm gonna download Snapchat because that's where we used to talk. Or I'm gonna see if I don't know if you can message people on Goodreads. If I can, I'm gonna like message her. I haven't spoken to her. Is talking to a word? Is talking? I was about to say I haven't talking to her. Like this car crash is really fucking me up. Like, ugh. Like I'm saying, especially with Valentine's Day coming up, who am I gonna scream about this book guy I love to, or who are you gonna scream about this book guy you're in love with, or book woman, or probably they're non-binary, whatever floats your boat. Anyways, like I'm trying to say, yes, it is important for readers to communicate, not communicate, contribute to media literacy. It's, and I'm stuttering, and I normally don't stutter because I know the word I'm trying to say, but it won't come out. So I'm gonna check my notes and get back to you. So, according to my notes, to summarize this video, reviews are necessary given that they're used as a guide and not a rule book. And I'm suddenly dizzy because I have to record this shit under all this light. And if you're watching this, I really do hope that you found this video helpful. I will be posting like a disadvantage or a detriment of book reviews because, publicity is publicity, good or bad, and a few negative reviews have destroyed a few books. And I believe in the yin and yang. There's good and bad for everything. And I, I'm glad that we have this society where, over the years, especially as a Black person, where everyone is able to, leave their opinion. And with everything going on right now, it's a crazy, crazy time. And with how many books they're all trying to ban. Now is a time, if no other time, that as a reader you need to voice your opinions. Like, I know people like to say that reading is not political, and I don't want to turn this video into a political whatever. But reading has always been political, especially as a female. There are still many countries where, as a girl, I would not have been able to read. And so the least we can do as readers is contribute. Like, if you have a Kindle to go read books, you can go leave a review online. And I just want people to also stop just leaving reviews for like the Rebecca Yarros, the Sarah J. Maas. Indie authors deserve reviews too. And as much as like I'm the type of person, every book I read, I review. I'll say if it's easy to say I didn't like this book and just leave a star. Yeah, it's probably not enough or a big contribution, but we all have to voice, let our voice be heard in different ways. And you might agree or you might disagree, but that's what opinions are for. They're not facts. So I say my part, you say your part. And with everything that's going on, we have to pull our weight where we can. Something as simple as, oh, I think this book is really good. And I'm glad that with everything going on, there are a lot of books that are being, resurfaced, like Fahrenheit 451. We speak about a society where they were burning books, and we have what's that called? I think my camera is crooked. We have Susan Collins, whatever her books it with Katniss, and then we have The Handmaid's Tale. And I partly believe that some of these books have resurfaced because of the reviews that people are leaving online. And like I say, I firmly believe that reviews are important. And if you disagree, let me know in the comment down below. Now, with that being said, keep devouring those books, you beautiful bookworm. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if I have not been cancelled, and I don't know why anyone would want to cancel me, I'm just a nobody goofy bookworm on the internet. Have a wonderful year, month, day, week, hour, minute, second, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!